Hello, and welcome to the Disaster Scope documentary channel. A devastating natural disaster has struck Hunan Province in southern China. After several days of torrential rain, the region was submerged by sudden and destructive flooding, accompanied by deadly landslides. These landslides destroyed mountain communities as well as low-lying towns. In the face of such a disaster, we must learn how to protect ourselves and our families. Backhand index pointing right. Please click subscribe and stay tuned for the latest real updates from China. Speech balloon, feel free to leave a comment and join the discussion. On August 8, 2025, a devastating natural disaster, like a nightmare, struck Hunan Province in southern China. This land, once known for its beautiful scenery, was left scarred and devastated in just a few days. Prior to this, several days of torrential rain, driven by an unusually strong monsoon system, poured down, causing rivers to swell and hillsides to collapse one after another. In just 24 hours, rainfall in some areas exceeded 300 millimeters, equivalent to an entire month's total in the region. The flood, like a roaring beast, swept through urban and rural areas carrying mud, rocks, and debris, while landslides followed in quick succession, destroying everything in their path, ChatGPT said. The heavy rain had begun to intensify in late July, and in the early hours of August 1st, emergency alarms were sounded in many areas, piercing the silence of the night sky. Hunan's diverse terrain of highlands, valleys, and dense waterways, once a natural treasure, had now become channels for floodwaters and mudslides. In Zhangjiajie and its surrounding mountainous areas, continuous rainfall had fully saturated the soil, causing entire hillsides to collapse like tofu. In the outskirts of Songji County, a particularly catastrophic landslide buried dozens of houses in just a few seconds. Survivors recalled first hearing a deep rumbling sound, like thunder exploding right beside their ears, and then the earth split open, as if opening a giant mouth to swallow everything in its path. At the same time, rivers in cities such as Chengda and Huaihua surged, flooding urban areas. Roads instantly turned into rushing torrents, and vehicles were swept away like helpless toys. Public transportation came to a standstill, and many families hurried to higher ground. As floodwaters swallowed the first-floor windows of residential buildings, residents on the second floor used bed sheets and ropes to lift the elderly and children to safety. Shop owners, disregarding their property, rolled up their shutters to let people pass through to higher streets. Rescue operations began swiftly. The provincial and municipal governments activated a Level 1 flood emergency response, the highest level in China's disaster management system. Thousands of PLA soldiers, firefighters, and medical personnel rushed to the scene, distributing supplies, transporting the injured, and evacuating trapped residents. In many villages, rescue boats could only navigate with difficulty through makeshift waterways, their bows constantly colliding with floating furniture, fallen trees, and even entire sections of broken house beams. According to a report from the Hunan Provincial Emergency Management Department, more than 200,000 people were directly affected, at least 38 people were killed, and dozens more remain missing. Some 12,000 homes were damaged or destroyed, and key infrastructure such as bridges, roads, and power systems suffered severe damage. In some remote areas, communications were cut off, creating enormous challenges for search and rescue operations. Temporary shelters were set up in schools, community centers, and stadiums, supplying food, drinking water, blankets, and medical supplies around the clock. Many survivors said they had lost their homes, livestock, and crops, and some had even suffered the heartbreaking loss of family members. Experts warned that more rainfall is expected in the coming days, with the risk of further landslides remaining high. Stagnant floodwaters could also trigger outbreaks of waterborne diseases, especially in overcrowded shelters with limited sanitation. Environmental scientists pointed out that the unprecedented scale of this disaster, in addition to extreme weather, is closely related to human factors such as inadequate drainage caused by rapid urban expansion and deforestation in vulnerable hillside areas. These problems combined have multiplied the destructive power of extreme climate events. Despite the enormous trauma caused by the disaster, stories of courage and solidarity have continued to emerge. Neighbors joined hands to form human chains, working together to rescue those trapped. Firefighters, disregarding their own safety, waded through rushing waters carrying elderly people on their backs. Volunteers organized food donations and emergency deliveries on their own initiative. Medical personnel worked through the night performing surgeries on the injured. Engineers toiled in mud and standing water to repair power lines and water pipes, all in the hope of restoring electricity and clean water to the disaster area as soon as possible. International humanitarian organizations have begun coordinating with Chinese authorities, dispatching teams to assist in rescue and medical efforts. Both at home and abroad, active fundraising for relief is underway, along with public donation drives. Ordinary people across the country have reached out through online platforms, some donating money, some sending supplies, and others driving hundreds of kilometers to the disaster zone to volunteer. These seemingly small actions have converged into another powerful current, standing in direct opposition to the force of the natural disaster. This disaster is not only a severe test of nature but also a wake-up call for disaster prevention and mitigation. Both the public and experts are calling for improvements to the flood warning system, the advancement of sustainable development planning, and the construction of more resilient infrastructure to cope with what may be increasingly frequent extreme weather events in the future. Thank you for following the situation in Hunan. Please consider sharing this information to raise public awareness and supporting relief efforts through trusted channels. Our hearts are with the people of Hunan. In the face of this tragedy, we stand united and work together through these difficult times, hoping this land will soon regain its vitality and peace.
隧道出隧道那个口，里面还有人，有好几个人淹死在里面了。看前面的出口。
Thank you for watching Disaster Scope, bringing you the truth behind nature's most extreme moments. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support is the driving force that keeps our channel running. Click the notification bell so you won't miss any real, calm, and clear reporting. Some footage in this video may be used for illustration purposes and may not correspond exactly to the events described. See you in the next episode. Stay tuned and stay safe.